Good afternoon. This is Sean Golding with Golding and Golding, here to discuss Internal Revenue Service Form 14653 and what it's used for. Taxpayers who submit to the Streamlined procedures have one or two options available. They can submit to the Streamlined Domestic Offshore Procedures or the Streamlined Foreign Offshore Procedures. When someone submits to the Streamlined Foreign Offshore Procedures, the certification statement they use is IRS Form 14653. Side note, the domestic and the foreign in the title of the two different programs refers to the residence of the applicant, not where the accounts are. Both programs require that there be some offshore or foreign accounts, although if there is also unreported domestic income, that can be included as well. Why don't we take a few minutes and go through some of the basics. On the first part of the form, the applicant has to submit the tax liability. When you're submitting to the Streamlined Foreign program, you can file either amended returns to amend previously filed tax returns, or you can file original returns, something you can't do under the Streamlined Domestic. The applicant has to look at what the tax liability is for each year and identify that on the Form 14653. In addition, they have to include any estimated interest for the year. Now, when the taxpayer is going through the tax liability, it's important to note that they can use various tools such as the Foreign Earned Income Exclusion, Form 2555, or the Foreign Tax Credit, Form 1116. Some applicants can use both depending on how much income they earned, how much tax liability they paid, and how many different sources of foreign income they have. Now, unlike the Streamlined Domestic, there's no penalty. So all those horrible penalties you read about online, people trying to scare you, 50% willful penalty, $10,000 per account per year. Those aren't typically common anyway, but even the 5% penalty under the Streamlined Foreign is waived. So you don't have to do the penalty calculation that you would otherwise do under Streamlined Domestic. So that leaves the certification statement. The certification statement is important. You have to show non-willful. The government doesn't want a 20-page dissertation about why you're in love with the United States. They just want a tight and concise statement about why you're non-willful. Now, as the IRS normally does, they make it unnecessarily difficult for you. They don't define what non-willful is. It's just not willful. There are internal revenue manual procedures you could look at, different cases, things like that. But essentially, it boils down to a totality of the circumstance for the individual applicant. Other things to keep in mind, complicating it a bit further, is that willful doesn't mean willful in the everyday use of the word. Someone says they acted willful, you assume they acted with intent. And in the everyday use of the word, or if it's a criminal issue, then yeah, the government has to show intent. Not in this area of tax. The IRS can prove lesser thresholds of willfulness, things such as willful blindness, which means no actual knowledge, reckless disregard, no actual intent. So these are just things to keep in mind when preparing the form. Our website has lots of resources available. We have a pretty large international tax law library. Our main website is goldinglawyers.com. We have a sister website devoted exclusively to the Streamlined procedures, and that's IRS Streamlined Procedures.com. My name is Sean Golding. Thank you for your time.